So I don't know if you have been paying attention, but a lot of people have found out that these companies have been operating demonically. Like they are partnering their business principles with like witchcraft. And you have been using their products, and you have been just everything, all of their stuff has been all up in your life, and you have come into covenant and opened up portals, and now you're experiencing things that you don't know why you're experiencing them. This is why it's so important to be careful of what you make and who you make a covenant with, because there's so many blessings or curses that can come along with it. Understanding the portals, the gates. God talks a lot about gates. What do we allow to have access to us? Who do we allow to have access? Because behind those people, behind those influences, there is a lot attached to it. And see, the enemy knows that. Remember, Satan is not stupid, okay? So he knows that if you say yes, he can go in there. And you saying yes to these products, and you're not listening to the Holy Spirit. You're just, you using their products, you're giving them more money, right? You're sowing into them, right? So now you're sowing into some craziness, and you're opening up portals in your life because you're using the products. You're opening, you're creating a legacy, a demonic legacy. And now there are things that's popping off in your life. So when you're talking about spiritual warfare, you can be having spiritual warfare from just, coming into agreement with a company that its principles, and its system is just really demonically influenced. And so if God has given you a skill or a talent, the Holy Spirit has been putting a desire in your heart to open a business, to develop a product, to utilize the power, these skills, abilities, and talents that God's given you. It's a reason. This is how we combat having all these demonic companies, running amok. What happened, 6 years ago, right? You know what happened 6 years ago. I mean, do you, like, if we had the right people in place that, okay, so you get my point. So if have that skill and that talent, and the Holy Spirit is getting you to move on it, now is the time. Now is the time to build your Goshen. And that's an even bigger conversation.